Bianca here with Let's Get Real and Talk Cosmetics. We have a special guest. We have Tracy Lafayette, who is a hairstylist, and she owns Trail Hair. Say hello.
Hello.
So she's the one responsible for my fabulous hairdo today. She's the only one I go to. She's the only one I trust with my hair because everywhere I've ever gone, it doesn't last that long, whereas with her, it seems to last very long. So I can go a couple days with my hair this way. So today we'll be talking about some of Tracy's experiences with laser hair removal, some fat reduction, and then we'll be making some recommendations. She's had some questions in regards to filler and Botox. What's the difference between the two? Last week, I spoke about the tattoo removal. My clip isn't quite ready yet. It's not fully edited yet. So the people who were responsible for the videographer or the videographer responsible for the video is not quite there yet. So that's going to be for my next segment. So I'm so sorry, guys. We're all amped up about it, but next week, okay? I promise. So today we'll be talking about some filler, some Botox, and a little bit of the cosmetic procedures or non-invasive procedures Tracy has done. So Tracy, tell everybody about your very first treatment for hair reduction.
Okay, well, now I have to think back, 5-6 months? Okay, it actually was pretty good. It didn't really hurt at all the first time. It was very fast, and, she makes you feel so comfortable, and, especially because you're, just out there, really out there with, certain parts. And, it's just like you're hanging out with your friend, and, it's just so good. It was such a great experience. I've been, to 2 other places before, and I have not had success, which is why I ended up coming to Bianca. And so far, so good. I'm noticing a huge, reduction. Yeah. We're almost there, I think.
So with Tracy, we spoke about the different wavelengths. Now, she's a little bit of an olive complexion. She's a little darker than most Caucasians. But we were using the 755. So that did really well for her. She got more of a brown follicle than a black. So that's why we treated her with a 755. But we then merged over to some fat reduction. We did the Vanquish. She was a little nervous at first. I think she was the one person who asked me about 1,000,001 questions. It was actually really cute. Does this hurt my organs? What's going to happen to me tomorrow? It was awesome. But they're very good questions, right? So this is somebody that I was really excited to bring on because she asked the right questions in regards to getting some of these things done. So, I addressed it as, no, we don't hurt your organs. We only penetrate about 50 millimeters, which is 1.5 centimeters. That's not enough to attack your organs in any way. So if I could have cancer, no, you're not going to have cancer. So it's really great. So how do we tell everyone, what was it like getting those treatments? What did it feel like on your side of the bed? Because I always talk about my end of it, which is the professional and clinical aspect, but as somebody who doesn't know this industry as well and just kind of came in, had the treatment done, how did it feel for you? What was the heat like? Was there any discomfort? If there was, what was it all like for you?
Okay. Well, remember it was hard to get it in the right position at first, but then we figured it out. It was pretty comfortable still. It's gradually was getting warmer towards the end. Again, I think I pulled my top off.
She was sweating.
I was sweating. But yeah, it doesn't hurt. I mean, it touched my skin once because I moved. I'm fidgety. And it didn't really hurt, and it didn't leave a mark. It was a little bit red for a day, but it went away. Everything was good. Again, 45 minutes treatment. Very easy. She sits there and talks with you, again, hanging out with your friend. It's honestly a good time.
Love it.
Yeah.
So Tracy's been inquiring about some Botox. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to do something. We're going to look straight at the camera. Okay. So everybody, look at us. Lift your eyebrows as high as you can. And this is me lifting. So a lot of people confuse Botox and filler. You can relax your eyebrows. Okay. We're looking so fabulous into the camera.
Right.
So filler and Botox are very different. A lot of people confuse the two. Filler is actually filling in the lines, and it brings volume to the area, whereas Botox disables the muscle from being used. So basically, her raising her eyebrows would look like me, whereas there's a little bit of movement. You can see I'm like actually making faces, but I don't get all the lines like I used to. It's more preventative for getting some wrinkles. Once you get the wrinkles, they're there. They're not going anywhere unless you get them filled. So Tracy is 30, 31. She's getting to the point where she needs to start thinking about being proactive and avoiding some of those wrinkles from being created, because once they're there, like I said, they're not going anywhere. Filler is a little bit more expensive than Botox, depending on how much you're getting. But basically, she would need some just across the forehead. I get mine right here and across the forehead. That's it. That's all I need. Some people need them in the crow's feet. Sometimes, and I've only had this done once, so I'm thinking about doing it again. It's right here for the smile. So when you have a gummy smile, and by gummy I mean when you pull up and you have a genuine smile, it's all gums. They inject a little bit of Botox here, about 5 units, and it just relaxes the muscle enough so that when you have a nice big smile, it's not full of gums. So it's very beneficial, especially it's used mostly on the face. You can use it for other conditions such as like when people sweat a lot in the underarms, they put the Botox in to prevent you from sweating. So if you have a lot of sweat marks and stuff, that's one thing. People who have sweaty hands, sweaty palms, they can inject the Botox, and again, you can prevent from sweating. So Tracy's at an age, like I said, she's starting to look and she's starting to think, how can I preserve my beauty for the next 50 years?
Forever.
Yes, until the very last day. This is how. So just everything in moderation, okay? Everybody needs to understand that nobody needs to know what you get done. I'm open about everything I get done because it's my job to be. I'm here to inform you. I'm here to be honest with you. I'm not here to mislead anybody. But somebody like Tracy doesn't need to tell her secrets. Now, you are on camera in front of God knows how many people, and we're disclosing the fact that you're thinking about it. But once she gets it done, you're not likely to know she had Botox put into her forehead, unless you ask her to lift her eyebrows and happen to see this episode and said, you don't have as many lines on your forehead. Who cares? Man, oh man. So that's the Botox. So like I said, it's just there to prevent from lines being created, and you can still make faces, but obviously not as drastic. So she frowns really hard. Give us a good frown.
How do you do that?
She doesn't have kids. She doesn't
Like
know how to frown. No, that's like a happy frown. I can't frown.
I can't frown. I don't know how.
You know when you yeah, there you go.
That's
so
a frown?
I
Okay.
used to look like that.
Yeah,
this is
I have
me
lots of
frowning
skin
now.
there.
So you obviously don't frown a lot. She's a very happy individual.
I am.
She's like, I am. So filler, which I'm actually going to be getting done very soon. So everything I get done, we videotape. I get it videoed, and then I'm going to be showing you. I'm getting my lips done. And then teeny. I'm a little, I'm not symmetrical in my cheekbones because I sleep on my left side. So we're just going to fill it and just even out my cheeks. So y'all get to see how that's going to go. You can come if you want.
Yeah.
But I did get something done. She actually asked me on the way in. What did you ask me?
I did. Like, what'd you do to your brows?
Oh.
I thought she drew them in, but then I saw up close and I was like, nope, that's not drawn. And I knew that was that
Microblading.
Beauty.
Yes. So, again, I have a video for it. It's not ready yet. It's being edited right now as we speak. But I had my eyebrows microbladed on Friday. So that was 5 days ago. I think it's been about 5 days. Mm-hmm. And it's awesome. Like, they're really dark. So I can't really tell right now. But they're going to fade. They look like hairs. You know, they put like every individual type. It's really cool. Shape Your Beauty, Dunya, you were amazing. I can't wait to show the video clip and kind of explain the treatment further. But yeah, like, it's awesome. So Tracy is a hairstylist, which falls into the cosmetics aspect of thing, aesthetics, all that good stuff.
Industry.
Beauty. Yeah, so she's in the beauty industry. So the reason why I asked Tracy to come in is for multiple reasons. One, to talk about her experiences with me, her BFF now. All because of those 2 rooms. But 2, because she's probably one of the best hairstylists I've ever actually come across. So she does, what do you do? You do?
I do styling, like for bridal, for weddings, any special event that you have. I do a lot of braiding, braiding with extensions, or just regular hair extensions. But I that's my main focus.
And now, if somebody was unable to kind of make it out, like, would you be willing to go to you go to their houses, right?
Yeah, I do house calls. It depends, on the scenario. But a lot of weddings and that type of scenario will be a house call.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
you've blown me away. She used to work at a local place, and she styled my hair. And I was like, oh my goodness, this girl can style my hair. Because Because everyone else, I go home and have to wash it and redo it. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything or offensive. It's just that I have mixed hair, so I call it mixed girl problems. This girl should have probably been mixed just like me because she could style my hair way better than I can. But yeah, she blew me away. So, and in Small World, she's like best friends with my cousin. So we were meant to be connected in some way. But she always used to pick my brain. I think I want to come and get laser hair removal. I need it done. It's like, come see me. How long did it take for you to come see me? Like 2 years?
Yep.
It took her 2 years.
Actually, 2 years, yeah.
Like, no exaggeration.
No exaggeration.
What took you so long?
I don't know.
So, yeah, that was super cool. Now, in regards to filler, would you ever get filler done? I want you to spill the
Okay, so
beans.
this is what I'm confused about. I don't understand, and I'm going to sound so crazy because I'm supposed to know this stuff, I feel like, being in this industry, but I do not know the difference between filler and Botox.
Okay.
Or, like, any of that. So I literally know nothing about that world.
So the filler is a more expensive route. So, okay, we'll go filler first.
Okay.
You buy a syringe. There's different products out there depending on what you're trying to fill. Okay, so self-explanatory, you're filling in lines, you're filling in voids. So, there's people who have like underneath their eyes, it kind of sinks in a little bit. They have like those dark circles. And a lot of people ask them, are you tired? Are you feeling okay? And it's just the way they're made. You can get that filled. And there's certain products for certain things. There's a specific product for this, specific product for cheeks, specific product for lips. So, and actually some people have had their hands done as well. It's not often, but I've heard of it. So filler, on average, you're spending about $590 per syringe. So that's a pretty penny. And that's just for the syringe. Typically, when you're getting some filler injected, there's an injection fee. That can range between $150 to $200 depending on where you're going. So your costs, you're like at what, like $720 roughly. It costs a lot of money. So now, depending on how much filler you want. So people who get their cheeks, their lips, they're getting about 2, maybe 3 syringes depending on the individual and how much volume they have. You can there's different shapes of lips you can get. So if you hop online on Google, you can literally Google what shapes for lips to get done with the filler, and then they have the name. So you can go to the doctor. Of course, you want to go somewhere reputable, and there's some great people here. I have 2 injectors that I go to religiously. I believe in the both of them, so whoever can take me first is the one that I go to. But I usually just like more volume. I have a gummy smile, so I just want to fill right here. So I have a lot of volume here, and I am half black, so people, I know I have lips, okay? I'm not trying to go for big lips, but I'm looking for symmetrical lips, and to fill in for when I smile largely, it's not all gums. That's why I get my filler done. Now, somebody like you, like, have you ever considered getting bigger lips, bigger cheekbones? Like, I think that's kind of how to like make it so that you understand, like, do you want bigger something?
Yeah. Like, sometimes my top lip, but then I'm like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know if it would look right.
So
for me personally.
Fair enough. And that's fair, right? It's all
But
preference.
I can't say the thought has not crossed my mind, and I've been like, I'm going to do this. And then the next day I'm like, no, you're not. And then the next day I'm like, yes, you are. So I've definitely been on the fence with it.
The slope, the slippery slope.
Yeah, for sure. Because I have like a thick bottom lip, but my top lip is little.
It's a little smaller, right?
Less, yeah.
God made you so beautiful. But we have all the resources to tweak a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my recommendation for someone like Tracy, who's never done it before, she's somewhat open to it, but she's nervous about it, start very little. So you have to buy a full syringe, it's just how it is, but some places let you store whatever you don't use. So you could maybe start with a half a syringe where they inject it. So, they make it even out, and then they just put in whatever they need to put in to make the shape that you want. Then you look, because it's instant. You walk in and out, and it's an instant.
Really? Like, what's it after it's just done?
It's done. Now, depending on your age, depending on how much you've put in, how many times you've been poked, you're going to be swollen. There is chance of bruising as well. It's not the end of the world, but you might want to hide out for a couple days. I do, because I look ridiculous after I get my lips done. And the younger you are, the more you feel, because you have so much circulating. We're young. It is what it is. But I started off with a half a syringe, and then I ended up doing the full syringe after.
So what happens if you did do it once and you don't ever do it again?
It dissolves. Filler doesn't last as long as people think. So between 6 and 8 months for most products, especially lip product, that's what you're going to get out of it. The more exercise your lips get, and I'm just going to leave it there, rubbing your lips in some ways, they're likely going to dissolve faster. So you have to be careful. You don't want to be rubbing. So even if you get your cheekbones, if you're rubbing your face all the time, or, you know, like you're going to break it down because it's hyaluronic acid. I can never say this word. I don't know why. Hyaluronic acid. I'm French. I just blame it on the French. When I can't say a word, it's because I'm French. But that's all it is. It already exists in our body. Like, we have it. So a lot of eye surgeries, like, they use it. It's in our eyes, et cetera, et cetera. They're just putting it in. Becomes a part of you, but it does dissolve. Same with Botox. It only lasts 3 to 6 months. That's it. So again, Botox averages between $7.50 a unit to $8 to $9 to $10 a unit, depending on where you live, so the demographic, and who's the doctor doing the injections, and that's what they charge, right? So the Toronto area, I know some people charge like $14 a unit. And units means basically how much they're injecting. So, I mean, when you think about it, I'm going to use the winter cost, $8 a unit. It's kind of the average here. It adds up. Like, I get 25 units put in here, then I get 15 to 20. Sometimes the most I've had, I think, is 25 here. And that's like almost $400 right there. So it's
How
expensive.
many, is it units for your lips too?
Units, it's syringe.
So it's different.
Yeah. So, like, you go by, like, your syringes. So, like, a half a syringe, a full syringe. They do have measurements. So, they, you know, that's... I'm not an injector, so I don't know that aspect of it. But I know that when I'm going in, I tell them, one, I want to look natural. People should not look at me and be able to pinpoint everything I've had done. That's not everybody's case. Some people like the look of, I have my lips done, and I have nothing against that. I think everybody's got their prerogative, and you're entitled to look the way that you want, and you want to look and feel good, right? So... But for me, I want to look natural. So I go in and I say, don't make me look crazy. You can tell when I get it done. You guys are all going to see it. I'll come in. I don't care if I'm bruised. I'll let you see what it's like, because I'm here to be like a complete open, like I don't care. Just perfectly clear glass between us. So if I get something done, you'll see what the downfall are, et cetera, et cetera. So, but yeah, Botox is just, it numbs, or it, paralyzes your muscle.
Does it hurt?
No.
Nothing? None of it?
Okay, time out.
Okay.
Botox doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Filler, on the other hand, sucks. Okay. But they numb you. Most places numb you. So you numb for like an hour. I feel like nothing when I get my filler done. But towards the end, when the numbing tends to wear out, they have to like mold your lips, so they have to kind of smooth it out. That's probably the worst part of it. They literally like do this and it hurts because they've like literally poked you so many times. Yeah, it's not the funnest, but... It's tolerable. I keep going back for more, so it can't be that bad. Kind of like you come back for the laser. It's not that bad, right?
No, the
laser's when you're
not
doing
bad
it.
At all. Well, like, okay, there's a couple times it hurts, and I jump and I squirm. Like, a couple times.
Yeah.
And I might scream
the last time.
bit.
She's like, oh my goodness.
It depends what's going on.
Why am I here? She literally says these things. I'm like, you come here voluntarily.
Okay, I'm the biggest wuss. Let's just put it out there. I'm super sensitive. So like what might not hurt for someone else would hurt for me. So chances are you probably won't feel nothing. Like, I literally just I'm a wuss. I'll just put that out there.
Some areas hurt more than others. So
yes,
she's okay in most areas, but there's some areas that she wants to punch me in the face.
Yeah, I'm like, are we done? Let's be done. Hurry up.
I want to get out of here. I keep telling her one day I'll let her do me as like a form of revenge. We'll see. I don't know if I'm willing.
I feel like I could.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. Okay. I think I'm capable.
I'll set all the numbers up and just let you go at it.
Yes.
I need to do my underarms.
Okay.
Maybe we should film
start there. Yeah. That would be great.
Tracy's in training.
Yes.
To torture me.
Yep.
Lord almighty. So today was a very casual podcast. I just kind of want to touch on filler, but I just wanted to get Tracy in because, again, she's got a beautiful face. She's a beautiful woman. But she's at the age where she's looking in the mirror asking questions. So, you know, for you ladies out there who are asking questions in regards to your look and like, oh, I'm starting to notice that my skin is changing. There's fine lines appearing. Well, guess what? You can't fight Mother Nature, but we can kind of extend our beauty as long as we can. There's, within reason, things you probably shouldn't be doing, but there's treatments like IPL. So that's like a photofacial. They basically burn off a layer of skin and you generate new skin and it gives you like a flawless look. But you can't be in the sun for that. So any type of laser procedure you're getting done, IPL, laser, it doesn't matter. Fraxel, which is kind of the same idea but more intrusive, no sun exposure. You have a little bit of sun damage. She loves to tan. So, you know, something like an IPL would work well for her, but not yet. She's still way too young for it. I'd give it another 10 years before I consider something like that. But she only needs a little bit of prevention right now. So that would be skincare. Do you guys have skincare? You should. I'm in my 20s and I've been using skincare for a couple of years now. So the longer you take care of your skin, which is an organ, by the way, the better. Because that's, drinking lots of water, using good skincare, looking into the Botox when you're about Tracy's age, because she doesn't have any lines. She's only got just a couple right here, but you can't tell, right? But those are going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. Take a look at your parents, people. See what their skin's like, too. So it's hereditary. It is what it is. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get your segment filmed. We'll go get you some Botox and see how you do.
Yeah, maybe. I'll be the only one screaming, getting Botox.
They're always like, do you want a stress ball? And it's like, no, I'm fine. Because it's not that bad. The needle is so tiny and it's so quick. And they just it takes no time. They're not going in super deep. They're just hitting the muscle in the sweet spot just to paralyze it enough so that you don't have much use of it. That's it. Or any at all, depending on... It's not bad. I promise you guys.
We'll see. Maybe.
We will both get it done the same day.
Okay.
I'll go first so you're at ease, and then we'll film this one.
And then if you don't want to do it again, will they just come back? Is that how that works?
Oh, yeah. Once it dissolves.
Once you start, you kind of have to keep going?
No, absolutely not. Okay. Actually, that brings up a really good point. If you don't like the shape that you had, so say you had some filler done, sometimes they can over-inject you. They can inject too deep, which creates balls, for lack of a better term, they're these lumps. I had it done once. I ventured out, and she did a great job with the shape, but she just injected a little too deep. And I was left with lumps in my lips. You couldn't really tell, but they were there. You could feel them. It kind of bugged me. I had to get that dissolved. So guess what? More injections. They put in, oh shoot, now I'm going to forget the term. It'll come to me, but they inject it so that it literally dissolves, and then my lips were back to normal pre-filler. It was insane because she just did my full lips. She's let's just dissolve everything and then we'll re-inject once it's all out of your system type thing. So there are ways to get rid of the filler. Now the Botox is a different story. There's things called a droop, which without freaking everybody out, if they inject wrong, what happens is your muscle, it relaxes and then it stays that way. So when you have no movement, you can't lift up and down. You have to be careful. So injectors are something you want to look into. You want to make sure they know what they're doing. You want to make sure they have all the proper certifications and credentials, et cetera, because at the end of the day, it's your face. It's your body.
Yes, that's what's so scary.
The first thing people see is your face. And you meet them or interact with them.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself. Do your research. Ask questions. I will link up a couple of my recommendations to this segment. There's two doctors that I highly, highly recommend. It's Dr. Jerry Tan. He's at the Healthy Image. He's excellent. And the reason why I actually adore him is because when he's injecting, he explains everything to you. You know what he's doing, and he's explaining to you, okay, so this muscle does this, which is why we're going to do it this way. And then when you give him okay, this is what I want, and because you want this, this is what I recommend. It's amazing. He really sits down, takes the time, and teaches you a little bit while you're in there, but he puts you at ease because he knows what he's doing. He's excellent. The other one is Barb at Salon Utopia. She works for Dr. Peter Bray, the plastic surgeon. She's also known as Botox Barb. And rightfully so. All of my clients from the St. Clair Beach area, they go see Barb. It's all Barb. Barb is she's injected every single one of my clients' face. It's awesome. But she does a great job. So she did my last set of lips. I think I'll be going back to see her this summer. I'm not too sure who I'm going to see.
How often do you go for that? Every
6-8 months.
Okay.
So I had my
Once or
filler
twice a
done
year?
just before my surgery, which was in April. So I think it was March. Yeah, I think I had my lips done in March. So there's still volume there. It's just I'm noticing when I smile, I can kind of see my gums. So yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But there's so many things for you guys to know. It's just, again, ask the questions so I can kind of answer them for you specifically. But, we'll videotape everything. So
There's no wrong questions?
No, there's no such thing as dumb questions. If you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? There are things I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know. And I'm the person who's like, hey, I got a question. Hey, can I bug you about something? But that's it for today. Just super casual. Thank you so much for joining. I'm sure we'll have Tracy here again, and I'm seriously going to try and convince her to let us film her injections if she goes through with it. So, but you'll see mine for sure. So far we've got my microblading, we've got my tattoo removal, we're going to get my filler, and I'm going to be due for Botox soon. So that's 4 videos on my part.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very good. Thank you
thanks.
for having me.
All right, everyone, have a good one, and we'll talk soon.